Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Magazine Waves. Stavros is here from the offices in Limassol, and today we're going to have a quick look what's really happening with the DXY, Euro Dollar, Dollar Yen, Gold, as well as S&P. Obviously, there is a lot of assets that they are moving, but we need to choose the ones that we think they have done something significant. First of all, with DXY, let me just tell you this, okay, that this becomes a bit more complicated because every time we're talking about a slight change, then something happens and invalidates that change. So I've gone and I've looked at this particular structure as 1, 3, 5. That's my wave 1, okay? We have an ABC, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is a wave A, right? And over here we've got an ABC, that's an ending diagonal, and then we're looking at some sort of structure here that is very likely W, X, and Y in B. And I mean, it really looks like a flat, and I would love to label it as 1. The problem though is that we don't get 3 waves here. These are 2 waves, okay? So that's why WXY fits much better. Now, since we've had an A over here, we are waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? We just need to ensure and make sure that our wave 5 is going to be smaller than 3, okay? So we're looking for 92.82. This is what I am actually looking, okay? Now, in case we get higher than that, it means that this is probably still part of wave 3. So we're going to get the 4th correction and then a move to the upside. Where we can go in that scenario? Well, we can probably go up to 93. Okay, that would be the first level. So that's for the DXY, guys. So I'm looking for an impulse move to the downside. There is no leading diagonal here any longer, if that makes sense. On Euro Dollar, we did get that move to the upside we're expecting. And some traders might be asking now, is this it? Well, to be fair, it looks like it is. And I will tell you why. Because this is an A, B, and a C. Okay. But then you've got this structure in here as well. Okay. So maybe this is W, X, and Y. We might get another leg as ABC down here. Okay, so even in the longer term, we'll have W, X, and Y, and then we're going to see another leg up to take out the 61.8. Okay, so what we really need to pay attention to in this particular structure would be the break of certain levels. Okay, so we are looking for upside. So 61.8 has so far held. We need to add the 78.6 and look at 117.84. In case we break lower, then the chances of that being a wave C are going to increase. If not, which means this is going to be an A, maybe B and C or something, right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a long one, which means maybe the 3 is going to be extended. Then we'll get 4 and 5. Otherwise, we could get something like this, take out the 61.8 at 118.54, and then continue lower down either for wave 2 or wave B. Okay, USDJPY, another change again. This time it looks like we can flip the triangle. By that I mean, well, we're looking for more upside. Now we are looking for more downside. Well, because we broke this trend line, right? We still have a triangle, however, that is now looking to the different direction. A, B for running flat, and C. That's a W. Yeah, and that is A, B, C, D, E. Don't forget that triangles can have complex waves, okay? And usually they are in C or in D or in E. They can also have triangles within the triangle, okay? But as I said, usually C, D, or E. So this is what I'm looking for now, okay? As long as we remain below this triangle and outside, we're looking for more downside. And the first target will be the previous low on weight W, which is 108, what is that? 108.70, okay? In case we move higher and back within the triangle, then, well, you remember the alternative, right? A, B, C, D, E, and we're going to move higher up. Because if that was the case, then my wave C is here, which means that as long as this wave E remains above C, we're valid. So above 109.37, if we go back up, it could be a case where this is still my wave E and the triangle is going to break out to the upside rather than to the downside. However, I changed this now to the alternative simply because the breakout is from the downside first. Okay. Gold, also similarly to euro, has done the correction to the upside, and many traders are now asking, is this done or not? Well, we've got five legs, five waves down here. And what I'm looking particularly on this structure as well is that for it to be some sort of flat, okay? And what it looks like to me, it looks like a regular flat, okay? So why? I will tell you now. Hold on. Maybe I should reverse it. Actually, you know what? It looks like it might be the expanding variation because what I'm doing here, guys, I'm looking at A and B, and I'm looking how deep wave B retraced below wave A, the beginning of A. Usually, we can see that up to 105%. This is where the flat is considered to be regular. Anything above 105 is irregular. Since we broke above the B as well, the beginning of B, then this is supposed to be an expanding flat. So we might get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or maybe we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to get the 5. Either way, I think we're going to get one more leg to the upside and then continue lower to complete wave C, wave 2 of C. And from there, we can start looking for prices to move higher in the medium term. Okay? Obviously, we have talked about the alternative for a while. That might be W, X, and Y instead. Okay? Which means we're going to see more downside towards the direction of the 1670. And the S&P, I keep doing S&P because it's a very critical point right now. Okay, the ending diagonal is still at risk, but remains valid because we're above wave 2. Yeah, so we have just broken outside this channel, but we're not far from, moving back within. It could be a simple force break. Otherwise, the chances of this having ended are going to be high. So the 3 is here, the 4 is here, and the 5 is here. A very ugly diagonal in terms of the time scales. Okay, not time scales, the longevity of wave 1, for example, versus the 3 and the 5. But nevertheless, it's what we get. The reason I'm not changing this to alternative or something is because this move from up here, it looks corrective. Okay, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but one might say, but it's very corrective. Okay, so it could be a case where this is A, B, and C more likely. Okay, if that makes sense. Then we'll continue up. So we are at a critical level, and we ought to also draw our Fibo here. Yeah, and actually we need to reverse this because we forgot to do that. There we go. And 78.6 I want to see. Okay, you see 4402, we can still get there because don't forget that anti-diagonals, they do correct a bit, okay, the waves, and the correction waves of anti-diagonals are ABCs always, so that's why I was just calling for an ABC here. Different one, what if 3 is here, and we are starting just the first wave of the anti-diagonal? It would be something like this. You know what I mean? That would make a better case, wouldn't it? But for now, let's be a bit cautious around 4400s. Okay, in case we break lower, well, I'm going to deliver another analysis, another update for the S&P tomorrow. So that will be all for the day. If you have any questions, don't forget you can go ahead and ask on our YouTube section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks you for watching, and we will speak again tomorrow.